All right, welcome to Llandudno, Cape Town, South Africa. One of my most favorite neighborhoods here in the Atlantic seaboard. It's very popular with the beach here, the Llandudno beach, and you have just a few homes. It's very serene, very quiet, far away from the other neighborhoods you're going to find here in the Atlantic seaboard, right? Today I'm in a very exquisite property, one of the most expensive right now on the market in this location, and one of the most expensive in and around Cape Town, South Africa. I'm going to give you some of the specs of the property, and then we're going to go ahead touring this home. You guys will tell me what you think at the end of this video. This property is sitting on a land size of slightly above 1,600 square meters, and that is under roof plus all of this greenery you have all the way to the end. There are three kind of views you get with a property like this. You get a mountain view, you get a tropical view, and you have an ocean view, typical of a property in the Atlantic seaboard. There are 10 bedrooms in total and upwards of 12 bathrooms. 4 of the bedrooms are on the foot levels. You can use that as your staff quarters or what have you. They've got an entertainment section where you have the gym, the sauna, the cinema. Of course, you have 2 types of pool, a plunge pool, and also shout out to the listing agent for allowing us exclusive access into this beautiful home. And of course, I can't wait to tour this home and also try to justify the asking price. Please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and give this video a like because it's going to be an amazing video. So let's get it. We shall now begin this video tour right here from what I like to call the first level of the property. We are at the landing, or what I would like to call the first level, because there are 4 levels to this property, which is amazing. So I'm just going to open this up right now so we admire the views that comes in from this property. So right here we have great views where this can be like an ante room or like a mini lounge for your guests probably waiting for you in your property. All 4 levels of this property can be accessed with the elevator or the staircase, and there are about 3 entrances and exits to the best of my knowledge. So you can see like the developers, they're trying to bring in a lot of light into the space. So you can see this expansive windows with a very nice chandelier on here. This particular property is tucked almost at the top of the neighborhood of Llandudno. You almost don't see a lot of buildings, just a few, 1 or 2 or 3, 4 buildings, and then the mountains, which is some great detailing I would like to highlight for you guys. This particular floor, we have 4 bedrooms, one of which is the main bedroom. So I'm going to show you the main bedroom and 1 other bedrooms, and then the other 2 they're the same thing, so we don't make this video too long. So I'm going to take you to what I like to call the owner's suite, or the main bedroom, or like some people like to call it the master's bedroom. Coming into this bedroom, you do have what I like to call the longest walk-in closet that I have seen so far in the property, and of course it is expected in a property that is more than $10 million. So you have lots of storage on here. Of course, left the colors of the wood to be brown and the walls painted in brown with little windows on here. So you see, we're still walking into the closet. You have lighting as well, so we bring light into the space. But what would have even been nice here is to have like a mini skylight, you know? So it comes to the end, so there's a little chair on here. You can sit down while you're wearing your shoes or whatever, and there are tons and tons of storages right here in this side of the property. Let's go check out the bedroom, the shower, and the outdoor shower. As we step into the primary bedroom, I would also like to point out you have even more storage right here. Of course, it is expected. Anybody who owns a property like this or who want to buy a property like this would have tons and tons of clothes and would need tons and tons of storage. So more storage in here, and you step right in here, you first get the bathroom. So come this way. This bathroom is quite unique. It has a bathtub which I don't know exactly what this is made of. I stand to be corrected, but touching it and feeling it, it feels like a very hard plastic. I don't know why. But then you have this, once again, this Balinese inspired slide through wooden, details on here. When this is open while you're showering, you can admire the sea, which is also a great detail in a property like this. This is the WC on here. His and hers vanity. Listen, sometimes you just look at luxury, you can't exactly explain why it's so exquisite, but this is just class, from the fittings here of the sanitaries, it's just amazing. So something I'd also like to mention for this bathroom is you can have your bath in 3 different ways. Either you want to use the indoor shower right here, or you want to use the bathtub in a very lazy day where you want to spend a little time showering or just soaking yourself in this experience while you're looking at the sea right there, or you want to use the standing shower outside. Now we're inside the bedroom itself. First of all, looking at this room, there's enormous amount of lighting coming in. I am just out of breath. Usually, I'm not used to seeing skylight in a bedroom, you know, but we have that detail on there, and you have a semi-panoramic view right here from your bedroom. From this side of the neighborhood, you can see from the mountainside all the way down to the beach, the ocean, and even all the way to this side. So you do have the TV console on here with a fireplace. It's actually a real fireplace, not the artificial ones that we see. You can see a lot of wood details, like I told you, a lot of browns, a lot of grays, and even the ground itself. This is not a marble or whatever. This is like real wood, right? To really do complement the cladding on the ceiling. The intentionality with the color palette is just amazing. Even the choice of the board right here, you can still see the repeating patterns of the brown, which is amazing, even down to the facade on here. So the interior work was done by the famous Jason Holland. So you can see he did like a really good job with the color palette, the choice of fittings. So right here you have even some more cladding as well. Soft and warm, typical of a bedroom made for kings. Even the side cabinetry here you're going to see has some browns. I totally love it. I know there are days where you don't want so much light, so of course there's controls for every single thing. There's so many controls here. Control for the skylight, controls for the blinds to shut down everywhere, controls for the TV, controls for the fireplace. You have all of the controls on here to be in charge of how you want your bedroom to be, which is something that is synonymous to luxury. Come on, yo. You know, there's something they say about wealthy people and being close to the water. Maybe I'm not very wealthy enough to really do understand, but it just feels nice, you know. I don't know if I have to live in this property all the rest of my life, if at some point I would ever be tired of seeing this, but it's nice to have, you know. So right here from the third level of the property, or the landing, you can see the neighborhood of Landanor. You can also see the beach on there with people as well, which is beautiful. And then you can see the other levels, which we're going to go on. This expansive balcony can access the other 3 rooms. Like I mentioned, there are 4 rooms here, one of which is the main one, 3 other bedrooms which almost look similar. So I'm going to show you guys just one. So this is the second room. What is really different from the other room with this particular one is the size. Now, the landing for the main bedroom itself looks or feels a little bit bigger. I don't know by how many square meters it is. Here you don't have like a proper TV console. So you have, I assume this is, yes, this is the wallpaper. And of course, you can already predict why the interior designer went ahead to use this texture of a wallpaper. So you have this, you know, standing console with the TV and nice artwork to complement the space. Of course, the cladding on the bedside as well still has that gray touch to it. So the other 2 bedrooms are very much similar to this. So that is all we have for this floor. 4 bedrooms. You have like a very nice sit-out area like I showed you, an expansive balcony with impressive views of the ocean, lots of storage, and then you have a staircase and an elevator that takes you to the other levels of this floor. So now we're going to go check out the other levels and start really appreciating the entertainment side of this huge, exquisite villa here in Landanor. We are officially at the 3rd level coming down. I like to call this side of the house the entertainment hub of this property. Coming in here, you're going to feel like this is a proper lounge in probably like a 5-star resort or hotel. Sitting situation here, and he was able to introduce like, you know, a very dark center rug with gold fitting. And you see that complements the detailing here on the table and also on the chairs. And the dark goes with the chair as well. Just little details, little tiny details that you never observe. So here we have a wine cellar. All through this wall, you can keep all of your expensive wines. People that would be able to afford these homes, I feel, are wine collectors. So you can store that as well. And you can store some more wines in this room. Unfortunately, it is not cool. It's not a cooling room, whatever, just extra space to store your wine. Going further left into the property, of course, now you begin to see a darker tone, you know, choice of patterns used on the wall. and because you're going into a lounge, so a lounge is not necessarily bright, it's not meant to be really bright. Another visitor's toilet on here. So now we're going to go check out the other side of property. Before I go take you guys and show you guys all the features on this side, I just want to go this way and show you the gym and the cinema, which is something you need to see. So you have this walkway to the right hand side. You do have all the rooms, and to the left hand side you have the cinema and also the gym. This is the landing area for the cinema. As you can see, it is beginning to set the tone for someone who wants to be entertained. So you have all of these movie posters on here, from 007, legendary, to the very popular Top Gun movie by Tom Cruise. You can see now, show interesting. If you really want to welcome your friends here, you can put like a banner of a movie, and it's going to reflect it from the back, which is a very nice detail. So up here you can do your popcorn, you can do so many things to entertain your friends, and of course all of this once again comes with the property. Welcome to the cinema. This cinema can seat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people, but if you squeeze it, can seat 10 people. So you do have a very nice ambience here to watch a very nice movie. Not the typical cinema chairs, it's like a couch, but if you want, you can change it to like a proper cinema chairs on here. So you do have a skylight situation. Of course, it comes with its own cooling to make this place cold. You cover yourself up, have a cozy time watching TV, which is expected for a property like this, and it's soundproofed actually, so you get that real immersion when you're watching TV. I love it. Welcome to the gym. I have to say this is the best gym that I have seen in the property. I have been to a lot of properties. I have actually taught a $12 million property in Zanzibar. I'm not sure they had a gym this good. You got treadmills, you got dumbbells of all sizes. I feel you can have like a full body workout targeting every single muscle right in this gym. And of course it comes with a sauna here, which can accommodate 4 or 5 people with a little bit of a squeeze. Down there you do have a shower, so you can clean yourself up after a very hectic workout. The treadmills were positioned in a way that while you're running, you do have views of, the tropical side of this property. So there's actually an entrance here into the outdoor side of this 3rd level, but we're going to access that from the other side so that I can show you guys some other details that is typical of this property right here in Landano. Something else to mention, there's even more space, so just in case you want to put on the mat on there and perform some, yoga, that's also like a very good spot to have that experience in this property. Welcome to the 2nd level of this property. So here you do have the landing for the elevator. It is actually very functional and it's working right now, so just in case you want to use it. Of course, with multi-level properties like this, if you're a little bit elderly, you don't want to be running through the staircases, this is a nice feature to have in a property. I mean, it's a no-brainer, right? Right here we do have your guest bathroom. I think there are about 2 guest bathrooms in this property. Come this way so I'll show you something. This is the underground garage, and I know there's still another parking situation up there that can take another 2 cars. So off the top of my head, this property can hold 8 vehicles. Really nice and well. And also in this part as well, you can see the property is powered by solar, so like no load shedding here whatsoever. And to also mention, all of this comes with the property. That's the driveway into the motor exit of this property, which is nice. In here is what the South African people like to call a scullery, but we in West Africa, we like to call it the laundry area to do some of your dirty clothes. Right here you do have a walk-in refrigerator. It's expected for a property like this, so of course you can store all of your meats, vegetables, drinks. So it extends all the way in here. I love this. I really do love this. This is the family lounge area, and of course the kitchen. So I came in right from the parking area down to the scullery to this point. You can also access the side of the house for the elevator and the staircase as well. And this is the main family lounge. Starts all the way from there and proceed to this side. A little sitting situation on here. Of course, there are lots of sitting areas, very perfect for hosting friends, like 15, 20 friends. All of these fittings, once again, come with the property. I think there are 2 refrigerators here. This is the first one. There's a refrigerator, and there's a freezer just right here. There are 2 of this, one there, one here. And you also have the walk-in freezer, which can come in very handy. All of this to grill your very nice chickens. So right here on the island, you do have not an induction hob, but a proper cooking, about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with one big one. But my only concern here is the snow extractor. So I don't understand how it's going to be like, you know, when you're cooking those heavy meals and you have friends there in the living room. Probably because there's a lot of ventilations here. Maybe the designer of the property thought the aroma would be able to exit the building. I'm not sure about that, but it will also be very nice to have 2 kitchens in this property, a dry one and a wet one, so you can cook your hardcore meals on there. So you do have your coffee maker on here, and of course lots and lots of storages, similar color patterns on here. This is like a 14 seater here for the dining to hold a very large family, and of course you do have 2 horsepower split unit to really make this place very cold in the very hot summer season. Look at these L-shaped chairs. I do love the color pattern. It synchronizes perfectly with the center rug as well, and also the tables on here. And this side chairs add like a very deep contrast to it, so very intentional. You can see it goes alongside with the wall, and also the interior designer did a great job as well, putting a mirror that has like a brown tone, so it goes with the theme of this property. Of course, there are speakers all around this property, so you can play yourself jazz music or whatever, or your piano or your Afro beats, you know, and you have a perfect chandelier, I would say, for this dining situation here. So you can either sit here and watch TV. You're going to see a repeating pattern for the same TV console that was used in the main bedroom, also with a fireplace on here as well. This is almost a 360 view of the Atlantic seaboard. Beautiful views on here. So we're going to go outside now and check it. Of course, you do have blinds that with the press of a button, you can shut down this whole place and it's going to be dark. So just in case you want to have one of those cozy days and you don't want to interact with the outside, you just want it to be dark, you can have that feature right here. So now let's step outside and see what the outside side has to offer. This is the outdoor area here for the second floor, and as you can see, all the furnitures to make you have a very good time, whether it be in the plunge pool or the lap pool, whatever, you have that for you. Another 12-seater table on here. If you want to eat outside, you can have that here. And of course, you have another sitting situation here, so probably you don't want to stay at the lounge. You can also lounge here with some other features on the back, but you can see the cladding and the repeating patterns here on the outside as well. And also, this detailing is very nice when it's about noon, and then you do have the sun right here in the middle, so you have reflections of the wall cladding and the spaces just all through this side, which is nice. So we're now going to step closer to this side, and this is really where you get to have a sense of being outside, but you're not outside. True example of indoor outdoor living experience here in this huge property. So you have lawns which needs a little bit of work but can be better, so you feel like you're outside but you're still in the property, which is very great planning, great functionality, just adding to the overall aesthetics and design of this home. So this property, of course, conducive for kids as well, because I mean, they probably would have not put this glass details on here. A lot of people would say, oh, it is messing up with the design of the property on this side, but it's just to protect in case you have kids on here that can't swim, so you can lock it. And there are 2 entrances. The first one goes into the lap pool and then the plunge pool on that side. I think behind the mountain, that is Out Bay. So you have all of the stretch of Llandudno on there, down to the rock side, down to the beach. You're almost not seeing the neighbors below you. You're only going to see a few people by your side, which is very nice, you know. But comparing this to the Bishop's Court property we shot, you don't even see your neighbors, you know. So it's either you want the coastal living or you want the jungle living. I feel you can't have everything in life, right? I mean, I'm just going to take a second and admire the views. I mean, the sound coming out from the water, the waves from the sea. I don't know how it is all year, if Llandudno is an area with a lot of wind, but so far, spending time in this property, I haven't really experienced strong wind here, which I feel there is no presence of wind, which is amazing, you know. The bar area, there's a sitting situation on there, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 seaters on here. Theme, like I showed you for this side, is a little bit darker. The 2-person situation on here, you can sit down. Of course, you can close up this space entirely if you want to, and the views you're getting here is just the brick walls on there, you know, that was made with paving stones, so you have a different kind of view on this side. TV here, and you have your typical bar session. So on a very good day you're hosting friends, you can have drinks on here. It has all the accessories to make sure you make all of the frappuccinos, all the shakes, all the mojitos, cocktails, mocktails. I don't understand this lighting fixtures going on here, but something I must tell you is the color blends real nice with the split unit. and some of the little fittings here. Also, there's some backlighting here, so I'm beginning to imagine what the night view in this property would be, where all these little lighting details also come alive, right? So you can either access this from here, from your rooms outside, or from here outside. So privacy is very important. So if you have friends, you want to cut off this part of the property so they can access here, you can. So very perfect for hosting people. I think when they went ahead to design this house, the architects knew, like, you know, people that would want to live here would want to invite friends. You have a big mansion, can sleep 10 people or so, with an additional quarters down there. This side of the property is for the caretakers, for the staffs, drivers, cleaners, chef, but there are 4 bedrooms, so probably you can dedicate 2 bedrooms to your staff and use another 2 bedrooms to host some more friends if you want. So you have about 4 of them. And of course, it is enclosed here by the trees, which is nice to highlight. And of course, you do have more rooms, more storage, host more people in a multi-million-dollar property like this in London. No? So now we're gonna go outside. Double glazed glass. So just exactly what I was trying to tell you guys. So here you don't get the views of the ocean because they're obstructed by the trees. So it's very nice. I would say you have a property that is on the Atlantic seaboard, but then there are different kind of views. There's a mountain view, there's an ocean view, there's a tropical view. Feels like Bishop's Court or Constantia. So you do have a city situation here. Of course, just by the right hand side, you can access the gym side, like the gym area. So if you don't want to go through this point, you want to go through this point, so you got access into that point. Manicured lawns on here, which has been perfectly done, and I do love it. This will be more greenery situation on here. So if you stay on the edge of this side, someone who is at the top can see you, and you can also see that person. So you can use this to communicate with your kids that are on this floor, possibly. So here we do have a fire pit, which can seat maybe 10 people, maybe 8 people, I'm not sure. Or you can fry your meat on there, share it amongst your friends. You know, if you guys don't want to have your entertainment there on the pool, you can come here in a very cold winter of Cape Town, trust the weather to deliver on the coldness. So you can come here and have this adventure for you. So I do like this side of the property because it feels very enclosed. I cannot see my neighbors and nobody can see me on here, which is what I would like to say, value for money. You're getting so much for these properties. Ocean views, mountain views, tropical views. I love it, right? And of course you have the glass barricade to prevent you from falling over into the foot level. So here we do have what I like to call a jacuzzi. It is heated, but right now it's not in the best state. So you also do have that feature on here for you. Thank you so much for watching this video and this amazing listing here in Cape Town, South Africa to the very end. I'm going to tell you some of the things I like and I don't like about this property, and I'm going to pass on the mic to you. So the first thing I like is it is quite spacious for this side of the Atlantic seaboard. Of course, land here like super expensive, so to get 1,600 square meters here is phenomenal, and the developers did a great job with incorporating the indoor-outdoor kind of living. You have lawns even though you're in a steep slope. I do love the gym so much, one of the best gyms that I have seen, and the fact that you still have a sauna in there is amazing as well. But I think the selling point for this property has to be the neighborhood, right? So for those just want to be in a quiet space and have access to the beach, a small community, this property would tick the box, right? You know, but the price point is huge. I believe if you're interested to buy this, there can be a few negotiations going on here and there. But what I don't like about the property is the kitchen. I feel like for a big property like this, we should have at least 2 kitchens, which is the dry and wet kitchen, and, you know, have like probably an industrial kitchen. And the fact that there's no extractor on there to take out the odor from the kitchen is not really great for me. I mean, of course, for a property like this, the views is something that you are never going to get tired of, you know, like look at this. So I'm going to pass over the microphone to you guys right now. Tell me in the comment section what you like and what you don't like about this property, and if it validates the asking price of $11 million. Thank you so much for watching to the very end. Subscribe to the channel, and of course give this video a like so more people can see this awesome video. Until the next one, I'll see you soon.